Hi guys, I'm doing another quick video again on eels. So basically, I'm going to be starting eel fishing. So as summer holidays are here, I'll be going as much as I can on the local park lake, which has no history, not much history of eels. The only ones that have been caught are £6 plus. So I'll be on there, and if I hooks one, it's possibility it's going to be a big fish, but I can only do day sessions on there. So yeah, these are the rigs I'm using. I'll be using short rig, so about 5 to 6 inches. I make my rigs out of either Savage Gear soft flex wire in a £20. I think that's a 49 strand wire, 0.40mm, or I'll make them out of Quicksilver, which is a heavy shock braid, I think. £35, which is £35. You get 25 metres, and that's what a lot of experienced eel anglers lose as well. I'll be making them out of this my Drenon Esox Super Trace, which is a cheapish wire, but it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, like I said, short rigs. That's made out of the Savage Gear wire. Don't use kink trace. I'm going to bin this one, just as an example. But do not use kink traces because it's not good for the eels, because it's just a leakage in the line. But basically, that's tied to a loop with a figure 8 knot. It's a good thing about that Savage Gear wire is you can knot it. Knotless, not that. I do that because I just find it easy with wire. So, and that's it. And then you clip that to. You put a bit of sleeving on that. Clip it from your main line and your lead. Put the sleeving on so it's nice and tidy, and then you fish it on. Fish it with something like this. This is just small pipe bobber, but that'd be a polyball, like a red polyball, a bit smaller, or a polystyrene ball. You'd fish that running up and down your main line, and basically that's so the lead sits on the bottom, and then that just floats up above it, so the line's nice and free. And then you have that to a buffer bead, just normal buffer bead, and then to your snappling, which is just one of them. You all know what a snappling is. So it just opens up. Just opens up, and then you snap your trace on. And I mean, with these I don't really need a sleeve, but depends. So that's one rig. We're using. This is like my thingy of a Medusa rig. That's a size 6 Corum Expert specimen hook to a micro rig swivel, if you can see that, to about 5 inches of Quicksilver to a loop. Basically what you do, this is used for maggots and that. Basically you get like a sewing needle or something with a bit of floss on. Thread your maggots down onto the floss, or you can use a baiting needle, thread them onto a baiting needle onto the floss that way. And then you just tie your floss through there, and the maggots punch up into a ball. Up into a ball there. I use them on waters with maybe boot laces if I'm just after small eels or with not many silver fishing. That's just my normal bog standard rig, which is 6 hook tied on with a knotless knot. About 6 inches to a loop again, figure 8 loop. And then that's a slightly small rig, just with smaller hook, size 10 hook, to the Quicksilver, and then just do a loop again. So yeah, that's it. I told you I'll be fishing them on a running leg, but I might experiment with bolt rigs if I fish venues with not as many eels in, then not as many silverfish. I mean, I'd use like a bolt rig. So I'd use an inline lead, and fish that like on a bolt rig or a semi-bolt rig with a small bit, like maybe small prawn or a bunch of maggots or something where the eels will be able to take it first run. Indicators I'll be using back monkey climbers on the back bang stick, and basically I'll be just making them myself. I'll be taking a piece of pipe, cut pieces hollow pipe, cutting like a U out of it, it's like long concave basically, and that goes over on your back bang stick over like a knitting needle. Your line goes round the knitting needle and the thingy goes on top. I'll be able to show you pictures of that on my next eel fishing video, but yeah. You can also use stuff like back bobbin. These are made by Andy Hobb. Andy O'Brien is on Facebook. He's on my friends list as well. He makes these £5 each. They're brilliant to use with braid because it's a really light clip, and you've got like a tension thingy there, tension adjuster, which sorts it out when it's really light. So basically all you do is fish that on a back bang stick with that close to the spool. As soon as Neil pulls the line, it just drops off and your line can go. But they're good indicators as well. You can also use pike indicators, but they need to be sensitive really. These are good because they just drop off. You need them to drop off the first sight. Any movement, you need to be shown indication. You can also use old fairy liquid top bottles or anything similar to that on like a front bobbin where they'll fall off when you get a run. You use them in like calm conditions and stuff. So anyway, that's about it. Not much else to tell you now. Yeah, so hope I'll give you some advice. Baits I'll be using stuff like small dead baits, worms, maggots and prawn. Just anything eels will eat most things. Yeah, that's about it. So like, subscribe, stuff like that. If you like it. I've got a Facebook page called Jamie Chappers Fishing Adventures. I'd be grateful if you could like that. And if you want any more tips, go on the Anguilla Anglers group on Facebook. I'm admin of it with a few other people who start eel fishing. But there's a few experienced on there who know what they're doing, and they'll give you tips and that, and then we can help you with whatever we know. But so see you later.